Ooh, that looks tasty. Welcome, folks. Jay the Hungry Gamer is back with another con review episode. And that is for the local convention, or local to me convention in Santa Clara, California, DundraCon, which I attended this past weekend. And I want to do a quick check-in of the games of the con for me. Now, one of the things that happens at DundraCon, and first before I get there, let me just say, I was very impressed with the convention. After all, we are in a pandemic, and let me tell you, I felt safe. There were vaccination required, people were supposed to be wearing masks, and with only one exception, there was one guy that was kind of set up in a hallway peddling his wares that every time I walked by he had his mask off, so I would just go around another way. With the exception of that one guy, people always had their masks on, people were respectful, people were keeping distance, and that's really, I think, what cons have to be right now. And there were people there that I know don't really think wearing masks are necessary, but they were doing it because that was the rule and that was what was going to make the most people feel comfortable. And so I just loved that. Also, it was a great space, lots of just great all around. Anyhow, what we're talking about for me are what were the games of the con. And I have come down with 4. I have 4 of them that really stuck out to me, and it's a little bit of a mix of different types of things because at DundraCon they have a large proto-spiel room, and the proto-spiel is where designers come in, they're just play testing new stuff, and some of the stuff is going to be coming out very, very soon. In fact, I took a copy of Behexed from Smirk and Dagger to just kind of test that out with some people. That's coming to Kickstarter real soon. In fact, I even filmed a 5-player playthrough of the game there with people who had never even heard of the game, just so we kind of get that out there, which was really fun for me. So as we're talking about the different games that are there, we have some prototypes, some not prototypes, and all of that. But this time, I've actually been joined by a couple of people that were at the con with me, and I've kind of asked them to send me their top game experience from the con. I'm going to just pop through these here, and we're going to go ahead and hear what Lynn and Rebecca from 10 x 10 had to say was their game of the con.
What's up, you guys? I'm Gamer Lynn.
I'm Gamer Rebecca.
We are 10 x 10. Basically, we're just fresh from DundraCon, our day out from DundraCon, and for this video, we wanted to tell you guys what we had fun with the most, and I would recommend to everybody Merchants of the Dark Road. That was one of our favorite board games at the con, and thanks to Hungry Gamer for this opportunity.
Thank you.
I'm Gamerlin.
I'm Gamer Rebecca.
And we want you to keep it 100.
Boom! And I gotta say, I love hanging out with Lynn and Becca. I only see them at some of the local cons, but oh my gosh, you have never met 2 more gregarious, delightful people. I adore them. So I'm just pumped that they were agreed to kind of participate in this little fun thing. Also, future guests on Boards and Brews. Now, next, we are talking about a guy who has been around the scene for a long time, his own review channel, and that is Mr. Logan Chops. He's going to let us know what his game of the con was. Boom!
My top game of ThunderCon 45 has to be Role Player Adventures expansion content. I got to play with John Brieger, and the upcoming stuff is so good, you guys aren't going to believe it. New storylines, you start from first level again, but you need all the stuff from the base game to play, and it's awesome.
I didn't play test this while I was there. I have played through maybe 60-70% of the first campaign. I really like it. I'm really enjoying it. So I'm very excited to see what comes from this, as we move on. Now, next we have a local designer who has become a buddy of mine, and he's often referred to as Other Don, because I'm often talking to him with Don Baggett from Secret Cabal, but this is really the original Don in my heart. That is Don Gilstrap, designer of Backyard Chickens, and we played a whole bunch of games together this weekend. We'll see what his game of the con was, and that was...
Hey, this is Don Gilstrap, just home from DundraCon where I got to hang out with the Hungry Gamer and play a bunch of games. He asked me to talk about my game of the con. We played a lot of great games this weekend. I'd have to give it to Rise of the Gnomes. This is a new game coming from August Games. We got to play it with Dan George, the designer, a couple times late at night. It's just crazy fun. I absolutely adore this game, and I can't wait to have my own copy.
And then last we have the thoughts from Bernie Lin, a local publisher of Dead Alive Games, Omicron Protocol, the upcoming Lunar Rush, and some other stuff down the road that they're working on as well, and we'll get his thoughts on what was his game at the con.
Hey, Bernie Lin here from Dead Alive Games. Recently went to DundraCon, and definitely the most fun I had was with Rise of Gnomes with the August game guys. They taught the game. We played a 6-player co-op. It was chaos, tons of cubes, a lot of fun people, and I definitely really enjoyed that game. It was hilarious. It was tactical. It just had everything. So yeah, that's it.
All right, now, because this is my channel, like I said, I'm giving you 4. I'm giving 4, and I actually had 3 others that were kind of on the list that were kind of floating around there, so I'll kind of give them honorable mention status, and that was Lost Ruins of Arnak, Mouse, Cheese, Cat, Cucumber, and Dice Command. All of those, I had a great time playing all those games. And so here are my top 4 games of the con, and they're in an order, you know, do they mean anything? Not really, but here we go. At number 4, my number 4 game of the con is Glow. Now this one just went on sale on Miniature Market for the Tuesday, 2/22/22, and man, it sold out like that. Now, I actually have a copy coming way earlier. I ordered it from Miniature Market, but I'm still waiting for Vagrant Song also. I have it kind of bundled together, so I'm waiting for it to ship. But boy, this game is so much fun. The art is stunning, just stunning, and the gameplay is fast. It's a half hour, 45 minutes, and you know I love that. But there is a shocking amount of complexity to the game as you're deciding what to do. Got some chucking of dice, some good hard decisions to make, and it's beautiful, it's relaxing, it's fun, just a killer game. That's my number 4, Glow. My number 3 is one that I'm really excited about, and I actually did the best I've ever done at it because I've gotten the pleasure of playtesting this several times over the past year or so because I've become buddies with Peter Vaughn of Cardboard Alchemy, and that is there down the road, maybe a year or so, or 8 months, or I don't know, maybe it's even the end of this year, I don't know, but the kind of the spiritual successor to Dwellings of Eldervale from Luke Laurie, that is Andromeda's Edge. And is it Dwellings of Eldervale? No, it's not. Is it kind of in the DNA a little bit? Yeah, it is, and a lot of Luke's other games are in there too. It's crunchy, it's complex, it is challenging, and man, is it getting better, because we played a 4-player game of this, max player count, and I want to say it was 2 hours and 15 minutes. I mean, just flew right through it. The game is exciting to me. I think this is one that you need to be watching. I don't know if you can watch for it yet, but you need to be watching for it. Very, very cool game. Now, my number 2 is one that I've been talking about now for literally years, and it's on track to deliver this year, and that is Theurgy. Now, I know I bust this out every now and then. I took the prototype with me because I got Alex from Board Game Co. to send it back to me because I just love it so much. And I sat down actually with the original Don. We sat down and we played a game of it, and I busted out one of the AIs, and we actually played a nice, tough, competitive game against one of the easier AIs. And oh my gosh, guys, you guys, it is so good. It is so good. Troops on a map, area control, action selection, and I didn't even have all the real stuff. I had upgraded the god's powers to the new things, but the cards are still the old cards, so I don't even have those upgraded cards yet. So it's going to be even better. The game is so tight. It is so fun. I love it, and I'm so glad. I am still playing this thing like crazy, and it's still just the prototype. Now, that's going to lead me into the number 1. Now, this one is actually my number 1 of the con because I will say I had the most fun playing this when I played it late on Saturday night, and it was so much fun that I was like, can we please play this again? I found the publisher, and we busted it out again the next day for an even larger game. And this is a game that, like Theurgy, has a solo, has a co-op, has a competitive, and this time we played the cooperative. First we sat down, we played a 5-player game of cooperative and just had a blast. And the next day we played a 6-player game, max player count, and that is Rise of the Gnomes. Now this is on the boat. And I reviewed this pretty favorably when I had the prototype a while ago. But let me tell you, seeing it in person and playing it in person was just so much fun. And we lost both of the co-op games. First of all, the first night we got kind of waxed. It looked like maybe we could do it, but then nope. It just the last round was real bad for us. Then we came back. We played a 6-player game, and just look at all those cubes on that map. It's crazy, but so fun. And we got there. And the way you win the co-op is every single faction has to have more points than the gnomes do. Those gnomes that are trying to peddle their gnome crummy beer, and you're the little micro breweries trying to get your own beer out there. Silly, silly theme, but man, we got to the end, and 2 of our factions, 2 out of the 6, tied. And it was devastating, but it especially was devastating because it was one of those things that there were 4 of us at the table that could have done, I don't know, any of 5 different things on the last round, and it would have stopped us from happening. We just missed it, and it was so much fun. I'm telling you, this is almost here. Get a copy of this game. It's hard to find Glow right now. It's sold out again, I think. You can't get Theurgy yet. You can't get Andromeda's Edge yet. But Gnomes is coming soon. As soon as you can, get this game if you like troops on a map and you like co-op, you like competitive. It's just a blast. It's silly, it's tongue-in-cheek, and boy does it work. So there you have it, folks. That is my DundraCon 2022. As always, if you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much to our guests for dropping in their thoughts. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.